Hi there, lovely stitchers. I hope you're all well. It's Rachel from Moonlight Stitchers. So this week's glimmer is going to be about the full moon. We have had the most beautiful clear skies with the full moon, and it's so huge you can almost feel like you can touch it. It's been absolutely stunning. One evening, opposite where I live, there are fields and hills and what have you. And I looked out and I thought, what on earth is that? And it was waning, but it was coming up from behind the hills, and it was just like a huge orb of red. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. So that was my glimmer, and I was going to do that kind of thing, but I I look out the back window, and as it comes round to sort of set later on, it's again stunning, and the silver birch floating about in front of it. It's ethereal. It's really beautiful. Anyway, I'll show it you. These little tiny things. Right, I need to find which camera where it is. Can you see? Oh, it's got some twinkles on it. But I will take some photos. I'm not very good with this facing camera bit. I don't know whether look. It's because I'm back to front. Can you see? There we are. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. So I hope you join me in stitching it along, and I'll see you on the video. Okay. Okay, so I've got quite an array of bits and bobs on my desk. I've been cutting up bits for little snippets for the fabric book kits. So I've got my cutting mat out. But first off, I just wanted to talk about someone was asking me, or saying to me, I've not got lots of bits and bobs of fabric, and I did speak about beads and sequins and stuff like that. But a great way to get fabric, if you're not, you've not got lots. I've got plenty because obviously I use a lot of scrap fabrics in my work. Are these little oh gosh, what are they called? The name of them, it escapes me. Not layer cake. Oh my gosh, what are they called? Doesn't say. I don't know, I can't remember, but do you know what I mean? These little things, and I can't even find it. Let's have a look. 2.5 inches square. So I use these a lot, an awful lot. So if I go to a show or something, I'll have a little look, because there's always stands with bits and bobs like this on, and I always have a little look to see what might be available for me. And they're not usually very much money. The other thing I like to do is you'll find scraps, and this is a great big bundle. It was a huge bundle of scraps, and this is all William Morris bits. But I particularly like this one because it's got words on it, and I keep words and these registration marks I like to keep. So that's another good way of collecting bits and bobs of fabric. The other thing is men's shirts in charity shops. They're always fantastic. You get a lot of fabric, and usually the patterns are quite small, so you can use you can collect that sort of thing, and the buttons on them are always good. But yeah, this is my little collection of words. It's like I'll collect these, and you might want to start collecting dragonflies. I just like that. Anyway, that's an aside. I just wanted to sort of give you a heads up. Other things like old tea towels, because they've been worn and worn and worn and worn and worn, are usually really good. So you can use them for things like tea dyeing. Because even if it's a bright colour, you can knock it back with a bit of tea dyeing and they come up really lovely. Anyway, that's just an aside. So what we're doing today? Well, I've been doing a lot of gazing out the window the last few days because it's not been very nice weather. But what we have had is a beautiful, beautiful moon, full moon here in the UK. I don't know whether or not you guys have in other parts of the world. So I thought, actually, I'll do my little two-inch square, my twinchy. I've been told that's what they're called. I won't put it on that. I'll save that for another week. And I've cut out a piece of just a dark cloth, and I'll draw around my. I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to see it, but you know the score really on that. I don't even know whether I'll be able to see it. Let's have a look, see if I've got a chalk pen, a lighter coloured chalk pen. Should have just stabbed myself. I had. This will work. It's snowed heavily overnight here. It always is. It's been my birthday, so it always snows. That's better, isn't it? You might not be able to see it, but I can. It always snows on my birthday, so there we go. And same principle applies. So I'm going to do my moon, and I thought this is quite nice, even though it's golden. I don't really mind. It's I'm just thinking. I did draw a picture. Well, this is the scene from my bedroom window. I've got some silver birch trees, and then the moon comes from left over down to, well, it comes over the top of my house but slightly to the left and then falls down into behind the trees. So I thought I'll do this little scene but a bit of kind of artistic license. I'll put some hills in. We haven't got hills at the back. Well, I have, but not in my back garden. The hills are in the front. So that's my little plan. So I'm going to do a little moon. I did have a big jar of buttons, and I thought, oh, I could put a button on. If you've not got fabric, or you want to just, we could put a big, if I've got a big-ish pearly button. Oh, that's a heart. Oh my gosh. What's that one? I don't like that. I could spend hours now just going through these, couldn't I? Don't like that one. I do like it, but not for this. Let's just have a little. What are you grumbling at, Reg? Oh no, that's square. Oh my gosh. This was another charity shop find. You could go. I don't know why I'm doing this because I'm not going to use a button. Now I'm looking. Ooh. Yeah, this was another charity shop find. A bag, huge bag full of bits and bobs. Once you get lucky, anyway, I'm not going to put a button on, but you might want to. Once you get looking in the charity shops or thrift shops, you get your eye in and you can find some wonderful bits and bobs. So anyway, so what am I going to do? I'm going to do my moon, and I'm going to just do a little circle out of this. Try not to come off camera. Reggie's grumbling. What are you grumbling about, Reg? I'm freehanding this. You can draw around something, but it won't matter. Also, if your moon is waxing or waning or whatever, you can do your to that. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna pop that in. I will pop a bit of glue on that, just to hold it down, just so I've not got a pin on. There we go. And I'm going to just put some hills in, I think, but because it's dark and moody, I want some really dark fabric. So what we've got a bit here. So a bigger pair of scissors. Whatever's the matter, Reg. So I've got a bit of a hill going on. What did I do with my... Another one? That's not very good, is it? You don't have to go up to, you can go over. I'm going to put that in there. Just put some on in. Over your edges if you want. Don't want to cut that. Just cut that one a bit bigger. Hear him. That'll do. Put my scraps. All these bits and bobs, I always save them because they always come in handy for something. So they will do. I am going to just pop a bit more, pop a bit of glue on. I do have glue in the web shop. Little quilters glue pens, sticks. If you, but a Pritt stick will do. I used to use Pritt sticks all the time at school because obviously these are quite pricey. Okay, so that'll do. I'm just going to put that, and I will put some trees in, but I'll stitch those in. Right, let's get on and stitch. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to decide what kind of thread we're going to have on. Let's stitch it down with a bit of this. It's grumbling. Why are you grumbling? Hmm? Why are you grumbling? Because I've left. I know exactly why it's grumbling. It's grumbling because I've left my dinner plate on the kitchen side and I've not popped it in the dishwasher. So he thinks that's fair game. So literally, I'm just going to do a little running stitch around this. I've been told I've got to stop apologising, so I'll try. All I'm doing is the tiniest little running stitch all the way around, just to make sure that's attached down. Don't know whether or not you can hear the snow melting. It's dripping from my bay window roof onto the windowsill. It sounds very loud. Try and make sure stay in shot. There we go. So I'm just going to finish that off. Can't even see where I've gone through myself. And then we'll stitch the rest of it down. Okay. So I've got some bit darker. We'll use that, or variegated. But this is a 12 cotton, pearl cotton, 12 weight. But again, you use whatever thread you've got. Thread and needles. Right, I'm just going to stitch these down. What I thought to do is I'm just literally going to do running stitch. Try not to stitch my own fingers. Just so I'm making sure that these are not going to fall off while I'm working. When I go round a corner, by the way, I find it easy to go straight down through the fabric, then turn my work and come up where in the direction I want to be. That way, you're not kind of, if you want a really sharp corner, you're not tempted to do like a skew-whiff over the, you know, over the corner, Katie corner kind of corner. How many times can I say corner in one sentence? He doesn't want to give up on it, just in case. Thing is, he's not allowed human food, but he'll chance it, just in case. Just in case, Gran. But what I'll do is I'll follow this contour down with my stitches. And I'll do them closer or further apart. There's no rules. Your stitches can be smaller, bigger, just adds to the scene. Oh dear, Reggie. Haven't been out of the house in a couple of days because it's been absolutely miserable. Even, oh no, yeah, yesterday I did go out of the house. I went to the hairdresser's treat for my birthday. Because my hair is quite wild. I've got a lot of it. I want to come up this one and just so it's attached down. It's the terrier in him. He's not going to give up, is he? Not going to give up until I get up and go and move it. I ought to know. I ought to know better. So when I come down here, I'm just going to go down. And come back up. Instead of going in two movements rather than the one. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see. I'm going in the direction of the contour of the hill. So I'm going to fill that in, and I'll fill this in as well. Then I'll come back. Okie dokie. So I have done some stitching on those two little hillocks. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some bits and bobs of probably French knots and little crosses and just little stitches on this moon, just to give it the illusion of the surface of the moon. I also did find some tiny little silver beads. I might put some of them. I did find some little tiny crystals as well, but we'll see about them. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to take, I'm just going to take my sweater off because I'm having a bit of a hot flush. Ooh, golly gosh. Right, okay. So I'm going with this colour, a little bit of silk. Where do I want that? Let's put a Melanas on, just because I'm doing knots. There we go. And I'm just going to do some little knots. Ooh, that's a bit tough to go through. I think it's because it's got the print of a gold on. And I just thought I'd do a little cluster here, then spread them out a bit. Hard to do a French knot one-handed. Well, I can't. Probably people out there that can, I'm sure. Ooh, let's hang on to the working thread, otherwise it'll go loopy. If you don't hang on to the working thread, your knot will become a bit loopy, but you might like them like that. Which I do on certain work, but not on this one. So I'm going to put some little crosses in. Got a knot. Oops. Oh, have I unthreaded? No, I've not. And I don't mind if I come over the edge. I'm not worrying about that. It'll look like the surface of the moon. Right. I'll carry on doing that. But what I want to do is I want to do some little circles around it. So it looks like moon rays. We'll do that in a moment. I never know whether to stop the video, carry on chatting. It's hard. But sometimes it's easier for me to stop the video so I can do it two-handed. And I'm just wondering if we need to zoom in a bit. Probably we do. I might have to zoom you in. Yeah, quite far away, aren't we? Right. I'll carry on doing some French knots and some little crosses on my moon. Obviously, once I've done that, I'll come back again. Oops, sorry. I started stitching and then remembered I'd not pressed record. I do get quite carried away. So I've done a few French knots. What I usually do is I usually just keep on going until my thread runs out. Then I change thread and do whatever else I want to do next. So I'm going round the outside of this moon shape. I'm just going to go down and then come out again. And try and stagger your stitches. So they're not in line. I mean, I don't suppose it really mattered if they are in line, but I just think it'll look nicer. A bit more random. Oh gosh. And again, stitches don't need to be the same size. They can be random too. I've got a knot in that bit of thread there. Let's pull it back through that way. Tut tut. So I'm going to do a few rows round. Sorted Reggie out. What he'd done, what it wasn't that he wanted food off me. Since he's been a puppy, he's been, when he gets fed and he's eaten all his food, he can have a treat. So he'd eaten all his dinner, and that's what he was telling me. I needed to go and get him a treat. Saying the word, he's asleep now. He's happy. Saying the word treat quietly because his ears will be pricked up and he'll be wanting one, another one. So that was his little whinge. That's why he was whining. So can you see I'm making like a little moon rays. I'm going to do that for another couple of rows. I think I'll come back down here. I hope you're not snowed in where you are. I think they kind of made a bit more of the weather than it actually has happened. Although here, oh my gosh, we just come to a standstill, don't we? We're just not geared up for it, even though we have snow every year. Going to come along the top of that. I'm going to do a little line across the top of that hill, just to make it look as if the moon's shining off it. And again up that side. By which point I'll run out of thread, I think. And if not, I try my best not to keep fastening off. I've got the roughest hands today. Well, over the last few days, my nails have shot it. My hands are terrible. I've been rust and tea dyeing, and oh gosh, I'm covered in. Yeah, I've got all sorts going on. Right, so I've still got some thread, but I want to go around this, but rather than fasten off or not, I'll do some little stars. So we'll do one. I'm going to try and do 3 little crosses. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Looks quite sweet. Do the odd tiny cross. This silk thread is really fine, so I won't even have a clue what thickness it is. Don't put too many in. Oops, I've unthreaded. Typical. Oh. Together. Let's go over here. Because I want to put some. Ouch. Stuck myself with the needle. I want to put some little beads on. Can't help myself, can I? Also, I said I was going to put trees in, didn't I? And my trees out the back are silver birch, so that is what I shall do. In a bit of a fashion. If you find yourself like what I've done, I've kind of gone around one. I'm just going to bring it down, and no one will notice. No, I'll put one of my trees there. Yeah. Yeah. Should go into that corner up there, maybe. I'm just going to fasten off because I'm playing thread chicken. Right. There we go. It's in the aught. I've actually got some silvery thread, but I think I'd have to couch that down because it's oh, what is it? It's that gold work stuff. Do I want to use it? Will it go through a... Let's have a look. Will it go through my needle? These are bits and bobs that I've been given. Just have a look. I think that might go through my needle, you know. The only problem is when you use this metallic stuff, I want a bigger needle than that. It deteriorates really quickly. And I feel like that will. I'll stick a knot in it and we'll have a go. Let's have a go. It's like, I can't remember what it's called. Somebody was shouting to me, telling me what it's called. It's I don't know. Oh dear. But it's like thread and then it's covered in silver paper. And it's used a lot in gold work. And the name of it will come to me eventually. Ooh, can you hear it? It's not the best. Yeah. It's making me. I'm going to come in and do some random stitching with it. Only little stitches though. Yeah, it deteriorates pretty fast. The trick with metallic thread is get a needle that's a lot fatter than your thread, which that one isn't. So let's find. Oh, stuck on the end. Stuck on the end of it. Let's find one that is, and that'll make life a lot better. There. Go up a needle size. So it makes the hole bigger and less resistance. There we go. Where are we? Right here. It's better. Don't know whether you can see, but it's just giving it another dimension. It's really, because it's light's catching it. It's like proper moonlighty rays. But the moon has been absolutely fabulous. Quite like, I just like moon gazing. And out of my bedroom window, I never have my curtains closed. I don't need to. There's nothing. I don't overlook anything, any houses or anything. So no one can see him. So I have my curtains open and I love to watch the moon coming in and around. Gorgeous. And pop all my crystals on the windowsill and charge them all up. Keep on going round and round and round with this. I'm just going to put a little bit of a. It is pulling up, but I'll just stretch it back out. Just do a little cross. And if you jump across the fabric, no one's going to see it anyway. It's not big enough to be detrimental. I'm just going to do random stitches all kinds of ways down one side. Just don't really know. Never been to the moon, so I don't really know what it's like. Just give it texture. Would you want to go to the moon? Would you want to? Don't think I'd want to go all that way. And there's those conspiracy theories, isn't there, that have we actually landed on the moon? Did we? No. Just doing like little crisscross down this side. And then it's overlapping, it's doing all sorts. Just giving it texture. Like I say, doesn't matter. It's just the surface of the moon. Right. I'll finish that thread off because it's really deteriorated now. But let me just show you. Let me just tie it off, and then I'll show you what it is. It's like a cotton thread. There we are. And then it's wrapped in like a foil paper. Use it a lot in gold work, and it's usually couched down. You don't usually go through the. So, yeah. There'll be people out there shouting at the screen. It's this, Rachel. Shall we put some trees in? Shall we? And just do. Let's get a pen. Let's get a pen. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line. Do I want? You can't see it anyway, so I'll just put 1, 2. Maybe come up here. Just thinking what I want to do it. I'm going to do 2 threads. Because what happened with my silver birch, obviously I've studied these a lot, is they don't think that's thick enough. Let's just grab it. When the moon's shining on one side, the white on the bark is really, really white. It's all silver, as in the name. But this side looks almost black. Dark. I'm going to try and get a really dark green. I think. What have we got? Go 2 together. Ooh. Ooh. Shall we go with that? Let's go with that. There. We'll go with that and that. We'll have 2 threads. Yeah. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I know what's going to happen is this thread will twist. But I'll try and keep it so the silver's on that side, but it will twist. And we're going to do some fly stitch. Do some fly stitch, I think. Where's the needle? Where's that gone? Just get rid of that needle. I use you. I was saying I was tea dyeing, wasn't I? And I've been tea dyeing for the fabrics for my the fabric book kit that I been putting together. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this kit is taking me such a long time. I can't tie a knot. Such a long time to source everything and to put things together. And you don't realise. I didn't realise myself. So fly stitch, I just remember where I am at the front, at the top, because my chalks ran off. So fly stitch, you want to come up one side. I'm just trying to twist that around so that's on that side. At one side, jump across, and then come down to a triangle, a third stitch, so you've got a kind of triangle going on. Right? You might be better off doing this with one strand. So there's your fly. You'll be better doing it with one strand, but I'm just trying to get my strands the correct side, which they don't want to do. And then you've come up and you go down. Okay, so you've got a little Y. Can you see? There. And then you do the same again. They're going to come up. Jump across. Down. And then you want to add a stick. Because I'm making a tree, and my tree's got no leaves, I want to try and make sure that you can see the trunk of the tree and keep it going straight. I'll sort out the twisting thread. I don't really think it'll matter. And you can make them so one side's bigger than the other, taller than the other, like that. Come down. I'm making life a bit difficult for myself with the two threads, but you know. And my fingertips, they're that ragged. This silk thread keeps catching on everything. I'm just going to pop a stitch in there to make my trunk join together. Let's get my threads back to level. Oh dear. I've got something there and it keeps catching on my thumb and hoiking it down. Just go there. But I'm sort of getting that tree look. Can you see? You can. So I'll do a little bit more tree work. I'm going to put another one in, so it doesn't matter if it's where we go with it. Just going to go back up this trunk. Join that together. Just going to do a trunk in there now. Trunk. Now put a couple of stitches side by side. Ooh, I have news, by the way. We will be exhibiting, so we'll be coming to the Festival of Quilts this year. We're going to have a stand. So if you're making it the trip, we will have a discount code, so just hang fire before buying your tickets and I'll let you know what the code discount is. I don't think you get an awful lot of money, but every penny helps, doesn't it? There's my tree. I'll pop another one in there as well. Do you know what? I'm going to do some. I'll do some dark greens in this, I think, down here, just to give it some more texture. Ooh, why have I got you? Make it look like it's got bracken and stuff. Start my trunk down there. Well, my thread's decided it's going that side, hasn't it? I'll fiddle about with it and it'll go. It'll sit right in the end. I'm going to come in with another fly stitch that side. I mean, really, what I ought to have done is do one and then stitch on top of it. But that's me. Got to try and shortcut it. How that's ended up that much longer, got no idea. If you've never been to the Festival of Quilts, by the way, it is so worth going. And I would recommend, this is just me, a 2-day ticket and probably a VIP pass, because there's so much to see. The quilts alone will take you a couple of days. And then if you're shopping, that's another day, isn't it? I mean, it's on for, how many days is it on for? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. So that's from, I feel like, let's have a quick look on my calendar. Excuse my arm. Bum, bum, bum. Where's my calendar? There. Let's go right to July. So it is the 30th, 31st of July and the 1st and 2nd of August. So I've booked our little campsite. Heather and I are going to stay in the camper van. Excited. We're not staying in the camper this time in Glasgow. I think that might be a step too far for us. It'll be too cold. But we are going to Glasgow. If anybody's coming or in that neck of the woods. So when's Glasgow? Glasgow is the 4th of March through to the 7th. Oh no, it's not. Hang on. It's the 5th of March through to the 7th of March. And that's the Creative Craft Show, Glasgow. And I do have a discount code for that. It is it's on the website, not on the website, it's on Instagram, but I feel like it's craft so 30 and it gives you 30% off. So that's worth a little adding in, and you just add that code in at the end when you get to check out. So I'm going to add some more bits in. Like I say, I'm going to do some this dark green down here. I'll do that off camera, but I feel like I want to put some little stars and beads in. So let's have a look. Do I need some thread? Yeah, let's put the beading thread on. As always, if you don't have beading thread, it's always worth investing. It's only a couple of quid. And it lasts for ages. But beading needle, let's find you. You'll do. It's like a flat thread. Yeah. You can honestly, it makes life so much easier. You can buy it in all sorts of colours, but it's just I'm just going to do a little stitch just to anchor it in. Needle. They're super cute. Teeny tiny beads. I'm just going to add a few just to bling it up. Just to bling it up, because obviously that I can't do. And I'm going to do some little stars. As always, when you're beading, don't forget to do a little stitch. But because I'm doing a little cross stitch, that'll be okay. Yeah, that it stops everything unraveling if you catch it. And I know people will ask me about my little beading thing. I made there's a playlist for this, but this is a little jam jar lid with some felt in it. So I'm going to get some more beads on this. I'll come back because I feel like I've rabbited on. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Gosh, that weather. I was going to go winter, but so it's miserable out there. It's actually dark here. And I know there's places in the world where it's dark a lot of the time at this time of year. We aren't one of them. But our days are getting longer. But they won't be very long until about March time. I'm just going to pop a couple of beads in this cluster here. And I feel like I want to put a bit of that. Oh my gosh. Do you know I never knew when to stop? Let's have a look. Yes, let's put some sequins in. Oh dear. I always say, if I win the lottery, I won't tell you, but there'll be signs. And one of my signs will be probably a swimming pool full of sequins and glitter, beads. Oh dear, I dropped one and they don't want to come. Come on. Heather will say to me, Mum, you know when you're doing the things, try not to do too much. I can't help myself. But as always, these are just ideas. If you want to do less, please feel free. If you want to do more, well, I mean, who am I to stop you? Oh, I love it. Actually, it's twinkling, look. So, right, I am going to go up here and put a couple of beads in. I did try and zoom in a bit more, but I can't. I'll try and see if I can do it in the editing, but it's not my forte. Editing isn't. That's why I'm a bit of a one-hit wonder. Shall we try another bead on? Shall I put one? Where's that? Is that where's that sparkly one gone? There. I mean, that's right. Proper bougie, that, isn't it? Oh my gosh, look at you. Right, which way around we're going? That way. Sorry, but you can't see what I'm doing. Look at that. Proper twinkle. Oh my, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Right, let's finish that off. Bit of that, put you in there, out of the way, put you away, and you. Just going to put the lid on those because that'll be the next thing. They'll be knocked over. I'm going to do this but I want to start it where it's green, not the blue. There. I've probably got some other. Shall we get some other? Because that's not very bright, is it? That will be dark. Hold on a minute. Hold your horses, peeps. There we are. Look at that. Let's have that on it. Oh, yeah. Yes. Right. Thread, needle. So what I'm going to do is just going to go up and down. Big and long. Long and short. I mean, big and long. And just make it look like grass, undergrowth, that kind of thing. Long and short stitch. You could do some pistol stitches if you want. Little tuft of grass there. Do them random. Oh, I've got another blooming knot. Does anybody else get knots in the threads? I get them all the time. Probably because I've got a great big lazy tailor thread going on. I think it's because I get a bit excited. I don't know. I can feel there's a knot somewhere. Sometimes if it's popping like that, it's either your needle's too short or too small, or that bit of fluff on the end wants snipping off, and then it stops knotting up. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Right. That looks better, doesn't it? It's got a bit more something about it. Don't know what, but I mean, nothing's in perspective. If you've come here for a lesson in accuracy, you're in the right area, wrong place. I like a bit of poetic license. I'm just thinking what else we've got going on. We've got the PhD day coming up on the 31st of January. If you're in the area, you live nearby, or you know, you want to travel, it's up to you. It's 10 till 3. Just bring yourself a little bit of lunch. I'll supply everything else. Well, not everything else. Biscuits and teas and coffees and things. Anything else, that's... I'll also have a little pop-up shop there. We always take the pop-up shop because inevitably people want something and I end up going home, even though I don't live very far. There we go. So yeah, what else have we got? We've got Celeste Workshop, Celeste the Dragon Workshop. That's at the beginning of February. I feel like it's the 7th or of January, not February, 7th of Feb. I'm just going to stick a few French knots in as well, just for good measure. 1, 2, 3, wrap 4 times. And the moon gazing hare is at the end of Feb, the 28th. And then we're off to Glasgow. And then we come back and we'll be at the Sewing for Pleasure at the NEC. And again, there'll be a discount code for those. It's exciting. All the new things going on. Places we've not been before as well. So a bit further south. So anyway, I'm nearly done here, look. I feel like that's it. I might add a few more French knots just to use this bit of thread up. There we go. We'll try and use up the thread. Bit of a loopy French knot going on. Here we go, look. I don't know when to stop, do I? Oh dear, I do make myself chuckle. There, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Right, put you there. Snip the back of that off. Oh, eep. Oh, Lord. See if I can get it. There we are. So, a little moon. What would you call it? Moonscape type thing. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, don't forget, you can subscribe. It's free. Hit the like button, the thumbs up, and also that little notification bell. Apparently, I will randomly pop up for you and let you know that I've done another video. So happy stitching, everybody, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.